Hello and welcome to Toy Vet episode 34. This is a show where I take a look at and react to upcoming toy releases. I have here a list of toys that I saw, knew I'd be interested in. Instead of taking a second look at them, I put them on this list and take that second look here with you. With some exceptions I may have looked at a little bit closer, but in general that's true. Let's get right into it here. First up, Zen and Thunder Sofubi from Benzilab to debut at Asia Collectibles Fest. So I put these on here because they seem to very obviously be related to some cool gacha toys I've seen before that are like anthropomorphic food characters, which is something I'm pretty partial to. These don't seem to be food related, but the distinctive thing is the three eyes. These look like bigger and more premium figures than the gacha figures, but honestly the gacha figures look a little better, maybe, unless these are really big. I see these are Sofubi. Sometimes that means, it can mean they're bigger, sometimes they're small, but obviously the gacha figures are only a few inches. This looks bigger. Nothing's telling me how big it is, but and I'm not going to go into it too much because I don't think I'm ever going to get these. If I got anything from this artist or this style, it would be the food guys. So, but just thought it was cool to see something else from this person or in this style. I'm going to take a look at his Instagram real quick. All right, I'm going to shut off the feed. Take a look at his Instagram real quick. See if I can find out real quick if it is the same guy. Okay, the link to his Instagram is broken. Sorry about this. If you're a listener of the show, you'll know that I do this to avoid showing inappropriate stuff on my show that I then have to edit out because I hate editing. So, all right, I'm not going to go much further than that. I'll turn the feedback on. Quick look at his Instagram, and it looks like he mainly does this character or a similar character, sometimes in different poses. I didn't see the food guy, so maybe the three eye thing is a style, or maybe it is this guy. I just didn't go deep enough in his Instagram to find them, but anyway, interesting. Next up, custom painted 4 one-offs of Aztec Kaiju Aizan on Max Toy Co. $150, 8 inches tall by 8 inches wide. That's cool. Guess that's the back. Oh, okay. Looks like we have a post for each one. They're just painted similar, but maybe hand done. And we're not getting the rest of the thread. That's okay. I'm going to bust out my ruler just to visualize how big this guy is. 8x8. I love that he's 8x8. That's pretty cool. Alright, so he's fairly tall. And very chunky. I do kind of like it. It does have that hand-painted look that I don't like to some degree, which I've talked about on the show a bunch of times. But not bad. Given the color scheme and everything, it kind of hides it. I wonder what the finish is like, though. However, I don't think I would get anything Aztec, because I think Aztec stuff is really evil, like, legitimately. So I'm not sure if I would get maybe I would in some situations. But I do seriously think Aztec stuff is evil. Okay. Cool figure, though. Next up. Pogojang is finally ready for the world. Not really into the figure. It's like a mushroom Asian zombie, the zombie that has the tag on their head, or ghost. Just remarkable that they are on little springs. So just wanted to show them because that's pretty cool. They look like little clay figures almost, which if they are clay, I don't really like that. If they just are that clean of plastic or something, that's pretty cool actually. But it is a cool little figure actually. Very well done. And just interesting that it's on a spring. I might actually like it better off a spring though. But yeah, just worth looking at just for how unique that is. Next up, Geoduckling. Monochrome Per-Faction Cat Venturer. Black Metal Wizard. His glow-in-the-dark circle. This I put on here not because I'm super into it, although it is pretty well done. It has that hand-painted look that I don't like sometimes, but really well done doing it in black and white. It looks great as far as that goes. There's the glow-in-the-dark element. Yeah. That color almost ruins it, the glow-in-the-dark color on the base. But, oops, I didn't mean to like it. Yeah, it actually looks really good, especially in this shot with the white background. It just looks amazingly well done on the design of the paint job, making it look like a comic book. It looks like you're looking at a comic book, which is hard to do on a three-dimensional figure like that, so pretty remarkable. Next, Samuel Little Cat Party Series Plush Blind Box. Oh boy. I have no clue why I have this on here. It's a plush blind box, which is something I find very interesting. But, yeah. I have no idea why I put this on here, honestly, because I'm not into it at all. Let's scroll through just in case there was some reason I had put this on here that I'm not thinking of. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not into this at all, so I'm not sure why I put it on here, but there it is. Goodnight Bunny Secret Garden Series Plush Blind Box. Here we go again, maybe. So, the eyes on these are really well done, which I think I've seen figures with these same eyes before and talked about them on the show too. Very well done eyes. Not into the bunny thing or the figure in general or even the faces really, but the eyes are super well done. Oh, and okay. This is probably part of it too, why I put it on here. 2 types of eye pieces appear randomly. 270-degree movable quicksand eyes or 2 pairs of eyes piece. Glass eyes plus quicksand eyes. So I'm wondering if that means you randomly get some, not only do you get a random figure, you get random eyes, so there's more collectability there, like you get this one guy, but you want the other eyes. Movable quicksand eyes. Movable quicksand eyes. I wonder if it's like a snow globe. That'd be interesting. Kind of looks like that in this picture. And this is somebody holding it in their hand, so I wonder if they shook it up to show that. That's really cool. And what's the other type you get? This is obviously written in bad English. Or 2 pairs of eyes piece, glass eye. So maybe what that means is you get the snow globe eyes or just regular glass eyes. Yeah, not into the figures, but interesting with the eye thing, if that's what that means, that you get random eyes, and just the eyes are very well done in general too. You may have noticed I'm occasionally scrolling through things too quickly. That's because my mouse is double clicking when I single click. I'm going to try to replace it soon, but so I'm going to try to notice that and scroll back as needed. Next up, Hang In There by James Jarvis and Avant Arte. 150 pieces, lottery application back in July. That's how far backlogged I am on looking at stuff. Minimum 30 available. It's a little figure that can actually hang off stuff. Pretty cool. Oh, and here you can see how big it is next to this guy. Decent size. Pretty cool. What books does he have here? I don't know. They're in French or something. Maybe this is Rin Tin Tin, though. Interesting. Yeah, just a cool idea for a figure, and pretty decent figure. I'm not into it, though. Enough to put it on my list, but worth looking at. Next up, Pink Translucent FL001 Mini Point Man from Futura. Very weird kind of abstract figure that it almost looks like you're looking at a two-dimensional drawing, looking at it. Like a quick sketch or something. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, just remarkable for that reason. Kind of cool design too. Not something I'm super interested in, but just remarkable for how it just looks like a quick sketch or something. Pretty cool. Next up, the Gilkins from Furry Feline. Twin pack squishy candy figures for $9.99. That's cheap. Cool packaging. It's like they're a gummy. And you get these little fishmen. Reverse mermen. Squishy figures. They look like they are 3D printed. But can you 3D print squishiness? Squishy guys? Is that possible? Do we have that technology? It really looks that way. It looks like a 3D printed normal, like, you know, material, ABS material. Yeah, look right there. You can really see the strata. It must be 3D printed somehow. Pretty cool. I'm mixed on the 3D printed look. Sometimes it's cool looking. For a collectible toy like this, though, I don't really like it. It's unique that it's squishy, though. Good size, too. Kind of. Very small, but, you know, not minuscule. Yeah, very interesting product. And you get 2 in a bag. Just like it's a candy. Pretty cool little idea there. See, that looks a little rough, how 3D printed looking they are. Would it be better if they weren't 3D printed and they were just smooth? Probably, I guess so. Or maybe joke's on me and they're like molded to look 3D printed. That'd be interesting. Anyway, moving on. Next up, Mujira plushies from Furry Feline, the same company that made the squishy guys we just looked at. $80 or $110 with the t-shirt. The t-shirt's really cool. I think I put this on here because the plushie... Okay, now I don't know how big the plushie is. I thought this guy was holding them, and that's how big they were. Which, if so, it's a pretty big size, which I like that. Now I see that he's not holding them. They're photoshopped on top, so who knows how big they are, but maybe that's their approximate size. Ooh, I don't know. Looking at this, it kind of looks small now, but maybe it is that size. Pretty cool figure too, and the shirt is really cool. This model doesn't look like the kind of guy that would wear this shirt. Maybe he is though. But I feel like a lot of these shirt models, it's just photoshopped onto them. Yeah, and I wonder the size of these guys, but I'm not... I look at a lot of plushies. I don't collect any plushies. I'm not sure I ever will. I'd kind of like to, but... yeah, not sure I should. Just for how kind of feminine that becomes, but maybe I will sometime. Alright, next up we're going to look at the two places we look at every week, or every 2 weeks at this point. Mechnoise Toys is up first, which we check every time we have the show, which is currently every 2 weeks. I think we looked at this. Yeah, because I think we looked at and talked about this upcoming Exorcist figure guy, ghost hunting guy, and why I would probably not be interested in one, but maybe would be. Here's another ghost hunting with copper coin sword, aka treasured iron sword. Oh, Ghost Frenzy, the Mecha Exorcist. Project Frenzy 002. What was 001, I wonder? Another black test pool. The sword is cool. Need to see this painted. I'm not sure. See, the way the arm looks and it's holding the sword, I'm not sure that looks that great. Let's see him holding the other thing, the beat stick. That looks better at that angle. Something looks a little awkward here. Maybe it's just that it's shadowy here so you can't see the details, but it looks like a sleeve. That part's cool. That there's like a, it's almost like a sleeve even though it's a robot. Yeah, I'd like to see this painted, which I'm sure we will soon. The proportions look a little strange for a Mechnoise toy in a way. Maybe it's because that the height is equal to a Mechnoise toy's normal figure, but the hat's so big that if you look at the actual person, he looks a little stumpy. I don't know. I bet it's going to look great painted. We'll see how it turns out. But for reasons previously stated, I'm probably not going to get one. And I've pretty much made up my mind that the last big figure I'm going to buy is a Galaxy People figure. Since I'm buying one more big toy and then my budget is kind of switching over to buying less toys. Although I hope to still buy some in the future. It's going to be a lot less probably. And I'm doing a project called Last Hurrah where I kind of buy one of each type of figure one more time that I collect and then switch into that more conservative budget. I skipped this Evangelion stuff because I'm not into it, although they look great, obviously. I'm not into Evangelion for multiple reasons. That is part of Evangelion too. Those masks or whatever they are look cool. Oh yeah, it's the head of this guy, I guess. Okay, then lastly we'll look at Galaxy People, which I think we have a lot to look at from them. Sorry, I'm going to check my notes real quick. So I think I might have made a note about this. Let's see. Okay. But I have a note that I should look at this comment, which we didn't talk about. Will there be a restock of the Sensor Bat mask in the future? Sometime, but in a new color, said the Galaxy people. So if you've seen the Sensor Bat mask, might be coming back. I'm not. It's very cool, but I don't think I would ever get that. I might get. We've got Shadow Sensor Bats. These are the large size figures from Galaxy people. You can tell because the arms go down. On the little figures, the arms stay up. So I want to get one of these size figures from Galaxy people, have some money put aside for that, and I plan on pulling the trigger as soon as I see one that I really like and is available. I'm going to try to get it. I like the figure Sensor Bat a lot. This colorway is cool, but it's not totally grabbing me. Like a lot of Galaxy people colorways, the second I see them, I'm just like, amazing, love it. This one is not striking me quite like that, so I don't think this is going to be the one I pull the trigger on. I think I'm going to wait. And actually, I think I'm going to ask Galaxy people, because he's very responsive here on Instagram. At some point, I should do it very soon, actually, so that I can make some plans. I think currently the only figures he has in this big size are Sensor Bat and Gone. I like some of his other designs better that he has in the small figures, so I think I'm going to ask him, do you have any plans in the near-ish future to make big versions of some of your other figures? And that'll let me know if I should go ahead and, depending on what he says, if he says no, I'll just pull a trigger on the next Gone or Sensor Bat that strikes me. If he says yes, I might bide my time for quite a while and see what that new figure might be. Because if it's one I really like, that would be more ideal. Next post from him. Let's translate this. Trag, the dinosaur-headed villain, is at booth C17. So this is all stuff he had for Super Festival, September 28th. I believe it's over. He is going to post some of the leftovers for internet sale. I don't think he's done that yet, although we'll probably see by the time we get to the end of his Instagram. I don't think I've seen this one before with a dino head, or if I have, I haven't seen it much. I love the gems he's got here in the body. That's really cool. This is obviously a small figure because you can see the arms are up, and we'll see that in a photo soon as well. Cool figure. Probably not my favorite from him, although I love the gems he's got in here. I love this arm that's not a fist or a hand. It's a weapon, a built-in weapon or something like that. Very cool. All right, I'm going to turn off the feed for a second to try to avoid some editing. Let's see. Okay. Turn it back on. I'm trying to avoid one post that has some slightly inappropriate graphics, not from, or possibly inappropriate graphics, not from Galaxy people, but from Super Festival. All right, so we looked at those glow-in-the-dark tanks, that spider tanks that he was making last time, and I was like, I don't know if they look that great. Painted up like this, they look amazing. So I really love the look of what he's got here. Herod is driving a rock spider tank. These are super cool. I'm not sure how I would fit this into my new budget, but I do want to get definitely a vehicle from him and a small figure from him maybe as well at some point. Maybe under that new budget where I have to save up for quite a while or something, but especially the vehicles, I would definitely got to get one. This one is one I would definitely consider pulling the trigger on if I was at that point. Going to finish the last hurrah project and switch the budget first, but yeah, if I was there, this might be one to pull the trigger on. Although I like some of his other vehicles maybe better, like the cephalopod, which is like a living spaceship thing. That's really cool. The spider tank is really cool though, and this setup right here, this colorway with that head is really cool. All right, let's kill the feed again. So I'm trying to avoid this one post. Let me see where it is so I can just know. Ooh, I think it jumped it. That's awesome. Okay, let's turn the feedback on, and I shouldn't have to worry from here on out. So, also for Superfest, is that what it's called? Yeah, Super Festival. This alien's name is Crocky. His race is born combative but has extraordinary power. In addition, brain implants and chemical enhancements can be increased. Great translation there. This guy is an English speaker, so that's just his Japanese getting translated by a machine back to English, coming out crazy. Very cool figure. This is more in line with the figures I like. There's some other ones that I like better, but really interesting head shapes I like. This guy has like pinchers for arms too, which is cool. Or like 3 fingers and then a pincher or something like that. Cool colorway, although it's not like super excellent, but very cool. Especially like the pink eyes and mouth. The rest of it is kind of cool. It kind of has that old school look in a way. I do like it, but it's not bad, but I'm not sure if I would pull the trigger on that one if I was after one of his small figures. Another look at the spider tank, looking great. Here's all 4 figures he has at Super Festival. So I'm learning that this is how this guy works. He makes these releases for festivals and then sells the leftovers online, or sometimes has some held back specifically for online. It's interesting. This time, I don't know if we're going to run into this post or it was just in his email letter. He said he's not holding any back because he's trying to figure out the shipping with tariffs and stuff, how to ship at a reasonable price. He was actually going to network at Super Festival with some people to figure that out. So he said that his next festival, which I think is in November, he's going to have some held back specifically for internet sale, which is a good thing instead of just the leftovers. Because who knows what the leftovers will be. Oh, I hearted that. Guess what? I'm going to leave the heart because I do heart that. So. All right, here's a group shot of him at Super Festival with some other white people. I guess white people who make toys in Japan and live there, or at least travel there to do it, is a thing. This is Galaxy People. He lives in Japan. He's married to a Japanese woman and has kids, and so he legitimately lives there, which is pretty interesting. So here you can see the size. There's the sensor bat. From this distance, it looks pretty cool, actually. Its legs look kind of like a Teletubby or something interesting. You can also see the spider tank, and it's actually bigger than I thought. When I see the spider tank shots, I think they're like tiny. That's actually the size of like your whole palm. That's really good size. I really, really like that, actually. And there's the little figures. And here you can see the spider tanks bagged up. And the little guys too. The Trag and the Crocky. And that's cool. He has a calculator right there to do some math, I guess. And these friends of his have some cool figures too. Oh, Fig Lab. We talked about them the other day for their little hand puppet guys. Maybe that's this. I don't know. And Grumble Toy. Maybe that's what this is. I should check them out. Is that it? Okay. More posts. A lot from Galaxy People. Iraq Spider Tank. 6 of these one-off biomechanized arachnids will be terrorizing Lloyd Mall in Portland on Saturday. So there's this event in Portland where they have some Galaxy People stuff for sale, which is really cool in this awesome colorway. Here's a different post where you can see they have 6 different heads and all in this colorway. Amazingly cool color. See, this is the thing I'm talking about with the Galaxy People colorways. I just see it and immediately I'm like, wow, amazing colorway. So the heads, some of the heads I really like that I was talking about, this Helios, that's a really cool head. It'd be amazing to see a big figure with that head. Mechlops, that might be one of my favorite, if not my favorite head too, or Grappler. Those 3, the ones with the one eye and very oddly shaped heads. And there might even be some other ones too. But those 3 definitely love the heads. And at first when I saw this shot, I was like, I don't know if the heads work that great with the spider tank here, but now that I'm back here looking at it for a second time, I actually really like how they look. Grappler looks great sitting there. They all look great there, so cool to see. But this colorway, these figures were only available at this event in Gam Jam in Portland in person, and I don't think they're gonna go online. From what I haven't heard anything about it anyway. Maybe they will if they're leftovers, but I think they're one-offs. So no price was mentioned, but yeah, great figures. And yeah, if I was at the point of getting a vehicle, I'd be very tempted to pull the trigger on those, maybe even more than probably definitely even more than the other one we just looked at. Okay, that is it from Galaxy People, and that's it, therefore, for our show. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.